Welcome to the dungeon. We got fun and games. Oh, let's see. I got part of my head missing. Look at that. Oh, there goes my ear. Oh. Hello. Welcome to the Liching Hour. I am your host, the Lich. Or tour guide, rather. Tonight is Saturday, which means it's XCrawl night. For the time being. Tonight, we are rejoining our team of characters. Let me move. This is bugging me. Let me do this. There. I'm going to move over a little bit here. There we go. Right. We are rejoining a group of characters at an XCrawl tournament in Louisiana. Baton Rouge, I believe. This is the Louisiana Rising module adventure. XCrawl adventure. You can get it at goodmangames.com. This particular one is for the Dungeon Crawl Classic systems. That's what we're playing. If you're new to the scene, let's see what else is going on. Oh, our sponsor tonight. Let me see where our sponsor tonight. Our sponsor tonight. Running through the deep caves beneath your feet is the sweetest water you'll ever taste. Mix that with a mushroom butter that'll knock you off your feet, and you've got Double Sword Drow Cave Pale Ale. Open up a can tonight. Taste the Underdark. Alright, so that was Double Sword Drow Cave Pale Ale. That's our sponsor for tonight. Our battle tonight might not take that long. I'm not quite sure. It's on paper, it feels a little not simple, not at all. It's just one creature, right? But there's some cool things that it does, so I don't know what exactly is going to happen. And if you watched last night, last week, our heroes were fighting in a big bowl of gumbo, boiling water, giant vegetables, giant crawfish. They barely made it out alive. They're all hurting pretty bad. In fact, the first set of things we're going to do right now is roll for some healing. It doesn't sound exciting, but it might be. You never know with the dice rolls here. Because I could have just just healed them all before, but that's not how the XCrawl works. So they're in the middle of a big tournament, like a big sporting event where the dungeon plays out. We're following them just from battle to battle, and it would be cheating if they all healed up. Well, no, if they got healed out all the way. Untada, their cleric, is going to attempt healing them all. The tension there is who gets healed and for what, and if he gets any kind of disfavor or anything like that. And then they go into this battle with whatever they got. And I mean, seriously, they were all down to like 2 hit points. Some of them. It wasn't pretty. So we're going to see what this next encounter kind of plays out. There's one thing I want to make sure I've got here. One ruling on, I was just finishing up when it became midnight way too quickly. The Liching Hour, it sneaks up on you. Yeah, it does. Okay. All right. So there's a couple different things that this creature does, and I want to make sure I know them so I can play it correctly. Because I'm thinking, let's see if we can kill. Oh, actually, I thought I was going to say that, but when I think about it, I don't want to kill any of these people. This is a great party. I love this. We got Owlbear, our dwarf, right? He's chaotic. He doesn't work well with teams. It's obvious by his battle style, but he's cool. His nasty hand axe. Then we've got Brick, the large rogue, who insists on double fisting daggers. And then there is Supernova, our elf mage, who always seems to boof the first spell she casts every game. But other than that, she always comes through pretty good. She's really handy with a longbow. And then there is the beekeeper. He alone brings everybody to the yard. His honey brings everyone to the yard. He's got his bee nasty bee familiar, and It's rumored that at one of the last XCrawls, or one of his earlier XCrawls, his hood fell off and he's got big bee eyes. He's corrupted and has big bee-shaped eyes. He is a wizard that should not be trifled with. And then finally, a little bit of a newcomer to the team is Untada, the cleric, who's a snake charmer. He comes into the XCrawl with a snake, charmed already. Unfortunately, that snake did not make it through the last fight, so he's going into this fight without it, and the burden of healing everybody up, hopefully to a fighting state. Okay, let's hold on. Let me write this down. Right. Okay. 3 versus player. All right. 1 die less. DC 13. Okay. This guy's crazy. So, if you know, or if you're, I mean, let's say you don't know, this adventure, this XCrawl setting is based around a huge amount of flooding in the fantasy version of the United States, the United Imperial something or other, and it's based off the Katrina and all the flooding down in Louisiana. And in fact, if you buy this module, part of the proceeds go to animal shelters, and a couple different animal shelters in the I don't know if it's Baton Rouge or that area. I'm not quite sure which area, but anyway, so everything about the module is based around that, and the players themselves, our team, Untada, Owlbear, Brick, them, they are playing for charities, for charity monies, and all the encounters are based around that kind of bayou vibe. We fought at a big bowl of gumbo, as I said. The battle before that was a battle of the bands, with a couple blues / country bands playing it out, of undeads playing it out, while these giant capybara type rat things were attacking the players and trying to kill the band members. So this one is this encounter is less of a bayou kind of thing and more of a, well, you'll see. Power up. It's a mana potion, by the way. You can tell because it's blue. Yeah. All right. We have everything up there. Louisiana Rising. Yep. Okay. This area, I'll give you any kind of clue, is called Blades Against Bureaucracy. Blades Against Bureaucracy. The door opens on a room that is incongruously looks like the waiting area of some kind of office building. So this is a big difference from the characters are coming. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's back up. The characters just got almost boiled alive in this big pit of gumbo. They need to, on their way, they're going through a short hallway to get to the next place. Untada is taking this moment to attempt to heal everybody. Let's see who is lowest. Beekeeper's pretty low. Owlbear's pretty low. Okay. The Beekeeper is neutral, and so is Untada. So in Dungeon Crawl Classics, if a cleric attempts to heal somebody who's a different alignment to them, they might have a penalty to the roll. In this instance, he has no penalty, so he's going to roll. Clerics also don't cast healing. Well, they cast it. They make a spell check, but they always have the ability. It's an ability rather than a cast. It's lay on hands. This is a good one. Let's flip 2, because it's such an exciting time. Let's flip 2. Untada's spell check is +5. He is a rockin' dude. So that's a 17. So same is 3 hit dice. So that's 3d4 for healing for the Beekeeper. So unless we roll all ones, this should be pretty good. And there's a lot of ones. Was it 4 there? 4. That was a 4. That was totally a 4. 4, 6, 7. Okay. So it looks like the beekeeper, yeah, he's not up to full health, but he is up better than he was. Okay. These guys aren't going in 100%. We're just gonna get that out of the way right now. All right, Tina. Well, let's do Tina. So Tina. Does Untada have any? Is he already in disfavor at all? Like where's that at? Right here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Disfavor is when a priest fails a spell check. They might have disfavor with their deity. And the range of, if they roll a 1, it's like critical critical failure, and they definitely get disapproval, and they have to roll on their disapproval chart. But he didn't. So okay, Untada is rolling. He's neutral. She is a lawful, so she's adjacent. He's rolling a 15. No, 16. Sorry, 16. 2 dice. 2 hit dice for Talia. She is 2d6. 5 and 3. So heals it for 8. She's healed back up. She's not the strongest one. A little bit of a glass cannon. All right, Brick. Brick's up. Uh-oh. 6 plus 5 is 11. That is going to be a failure unless Untada spends just a little bit of luck. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Spends a little bit of luck. 1 point of luck to make sure he doesn't fail. He's going to heal him for 1 die. Oh, that sucks. Rogue's hit die is D6, I believe. Pretty sure. I mean, not rogue. I keep saying rogue. It's thief. You know, there was one time in my life, a long time ago, where all I knew was thief. It was thief, it was thief, it was thief. And then all these video games and years and years and years of being pounded in my head of rogue. That's all I can think of it now is rogue. And even I'm playing this, I was playing with some real people. Well, I mean, y'all are real, right? Right? But, I mean, I was playing in a group of people, and I kept insisting it was a rogue, and the one girl was like, no, it's thief. It says thief. I was like, oh, yo, God, I'm really sorry. I just don't think in terms of thieves anymore. But that's what's cool about this OSR stuff. Get me back to where I came from, man. The heart. All right. D6? Yeah. D6. Come on, man. Oh. 1. Brick gets healed for 1. 1 point. He's at, I'll go ahead and tell you because, we're friends. He's at 7. 7 hit points, so he's not the best off. Okay. All right, Untada. Untada prays to his god. Who does Untada worship? Amutor. God is something cool. All right. 14 plus 5 is 19. This is an opposed check. 19 is 1 die. Poop. 1 die. That's okay. Warrior has 10. It's a 10-sided die. Oh, no. Sorry, that's a dwarf. He is a dwarf, not a warrior. They're kind of closely related from a... That's 20-10. All right. 9. I love that roll. I love the roll. So, 9. Okay. Owlbear's wandering into this next one with half hit points. Okay. So, I dragged you through the mud to go through some healing rolls. I'm going to at least share the information. We're walking into this fight. Owlbear has 12 hit points. Brick has 7. Supernova has 11. Beekeeper, where you at, Beekeeper, has 10. And his B Nasty, is fine. He's got 9 hit points. And then, because he didn't have to get hit by the water. And then Untada needs to heal himself. But okay, Untada got to do a little self healing. He needs a little something. He's at 4. 12 plus 5 is 17. He gets 3 dice. Clerics are 1d8. 3 dice. 9. Wait, no. 10. 10. 10. Good. Okay, so he's at 14. Now, to give you context, Untada's max hit points is 21, so he's walking in there with halves. The team's at about 50%. Let's put it that way. Who's lost what spells, too? That's always a good thing to know. I think, did I write that down? Who lost what spells? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if anybody's lost spells. I should cross it out when it happens. If I get so wrapped up in it. Alright. Well, the Beekeeper's lost Magic Shield. I know that. Okay. Now, where were we? Blades against Bureaucracy. This the team opens the door on a room that incongruously looks like the waiting area of some kind of office building. Okay, so right away, this is way different than a boiling pot of gumbo being stirred by giant cooks. Rows of uncomfortable-looking benches face a wall with a walk-up window. An uninterested woman sits behind a cashier's window. The wall around it is covered in work posters, mostly safety posters, implorations to hang in there until Friday, and reassurances like, you don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps. When you enter the room, the woman calls out, next. So, Brick, he is a thief, by the way, charming, big, charming thief with a great smile. He walks up and says, yeah, hi, I'm next. And she hands him this whole big stack of forms and tells him they got to fill it out before they can go to the rest of the dungeon. He's like, oh. Looking around, and the moment he takes them, the woman disappears, and the words on the sheaf of papers begin to glow. He's like, oh, and he catch fire, and he goes to drop it, and as he's dropping it, the papers kind of fly together, and fly together and whip to the center of the room, and all make this big kind of tornado. And then they come together, and it's this big creature, and it's a red tape golem, a terrifying avatar of the very spirit of bureaucracy, representing all the difficulties citizens encounter obtaining imperial aid. So these guys have to fight a living, breathing representation of bureaucracy and red tape. That's what we got going on tonight, folks. Let's roll initiative. And so it's got a couple different things. It's got some tricks up its sleeve, and that's what I was checking out in the beginning. Make sure I got a good idea. Because I mean, we are gonna try to kill these guys, because then it wouldn't be fun if these guys weren't like praying. If we weren't praying that they stay alive, right? Oh, that's good dungeon mana. Initiative. Oh. I'm gonna have to write that down. I got an idea on that one. Initiative. Call out. If anybody sitting in the viewing audience has ideas how I can make this more entertaining for you and me, please speak up and chat. I'd love to talk to you guys. Anybody who wants to speak up, love to say hi. Okay. Red Tape Golem, custom generated magical creature created by the Imperial Emergency Management Agency, or IEMA for short. A way of them poking fun at themselves for the mountain of all completely necessary paperwork that require from citizens who put in claims for disaster relief funds. Great. Let's do it. All right, let's set the stage. We are in, let me grab this map here, which I unfortunately don't have up on the screen for you. But we can all imagine this together. All right, so big room. I'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 90 feet across by like 90 by 50 or 60, 90 by 60. 90 by 60 big, 90 by 60 feet. Rows of benches, and then like a cashier, like the last 10 feet's taken up by a cashier window where the lady's gone. In the middle of the room is this golem. Impressive beast. Our brick is up against the call, and of course that's the only problem I have with a lot of these battles, especially in the XCrawl stuff, is the there isn't like a helpful literal oh hey, I'm just noticing I thought the break room came after this, but there is a break room before this battle, and maybe these guys don't have to go in so low. Let's check out the break room. The door opens, you hear quiet music and smell fried food and beer. You found a break room. Scanning the room, you see two couches, a small bar watched over by the same 2 bartenders from the green room, a huge video screen showing highlights from this week's XCrawl events. A paramedic stands behind an examining table. Alright. A paramedic, huh? Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give everybody an extra hit die roll. And we're going to get help from the paramedic. And then it makes sense that Untada takes the time to lay on hands everybody. And then they're ready for this bureaucracy fight. Let's do that. Okay, so Albert gets an additional 6. So he's at 18. Brick needs all right. Supernova, another 6. She gets another 2. She's at that puts her at 13. BK gets 3. He's at 13. And Untada. Alright. 7. Nice. Untada's at 21, which I think is pretty close to what he's usually at. Okay, I wanted to be fair to these guys. They got a break room. All the XCrawls have a break room in the middle of the dungeon. Give them a chance to chill out. And they go on to the next thing. There we are. Flashback. That was a flashback. Boom. Big tape paper golem thing. It turns around. It's looking. We need to roll initiative for everybody. Tape golem. He's gonna be. It should be red because he's a red tape golem. So we're gonna do this nasty super red die. He rolls an 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay. Owlbear. Boom. Critting already. Owlbear rolls a 20. Brick. 20. What the? 20, Brick's got like a plus 2, doesn't he? Let's see. What does Owlbear have? He has plus 1 initiative. Owlbear has plus nothing. So, Brick's sitting at 21. Supernova. 15 plus 2 is 17. Nice. Beekiller. Don't let him tell me. Don't tell him I said that. It's Beekeeper. Beekeeper. What do you got? You got plus 1. Oh, okay. Well, you know, 4. And Untada. Untada needs his own special die too. This is good. No, 11. 11. Untada. Do you have any bonuses to your? No. He is 11. All right. So. Golem. Red tape golem. He's not going first. Brick is going first. Alright, it is. Actually, let's go up, down, and up. So it is Beekeeper. Beekeeper, then the golem. Then Untada. Then Supernova. And then Owlbear. And then Brick. Shall we begin? Okay. What are we gonna do here? What are you gonna do, Brick? Hi. Alright, don't you want to see me up close drinking my Red Bull? Okay, my ear keeps disappearing. I don't like that. All right. Brick. Oh, did I finish my complaint? My complaint is that these rooms aren't set up. That's right. What I was complaining about before I saw the break room was that these XCrawl rooms, all of them, aren't really set up that great for sneaky thieves. Sneaking around in shadows and backstabbing and stuff like that. It isn't the best. He is but that's okay. It's not terrible. Brick is more of a hands-on kind of guy, kind of up in your face, up in your grill kind of fellow. So first thing he does is go, I hate red tape. He charges at this thing with his 2 daggers in his hands. He's like, he starts running, gets him out, and charges at this golem. And now we look at the, let's see, where is he? All right, so his AC is 19. Okay, well this might, actually I didn't look at the stats earlier. His hit points are impressive for this. His attack bonus is impressive. His AC is impressive. Yeah. Okay. All right. He comes right at the red tape. He's coming with both daggers. Okay. He dual welds, which means he rolls one die on one die less on the die chain. He's 1d20. He's 1d16. I'm going to roll 2 1d20s to ignore everything over 16. Whoa, no, that's a 20, but I should be rolling it for him. He should be rolling. All right, I got to re-roll this one. Boo. Okay. Okay, Brick. You get +3 to your attacks. One's a 14, one's a 9. You did not even come close. He comes in. He's just, paper's flying around him. He looks kind of silly. He's like, this thing's just kind of, it's made up of this swirling paper, and they see a glint of red in it, almost like ribbons inside. But just hints of it right now. He comes in slashing paper. He doesn't touch a thing. So that was Brick. Next up is Owlbear. Now this is Owlbear's kind of thing. He likes this. This is close quarters, just him and something that needs to die. This is his kind of. He's pumped up. Everybody else can see it. The whole crowd can see him getting worked up. He's like charging up. And then he remembers. He's got a couple flasks of oil and a flint and steel. Does this thing get hurt by fire necessarily? Does not say. Does not say. Okay. So we can almost see the downloading, processing, buffering, downloading, buffering, processing going on in Owlbear. He almost loses his initiative because of it. He's trying to decide if he wants to bust out flasks of oil or just charge in with his hand axe. I want to check out. I haven't used the flask of oil yet, and that sounds like fun. When ignited and thrown, oil causes 1d6 damage plus fire. Yeah. Let's do that. He's going to do that. It might not work the way he wants it to, though, but we shall see. All right, he's sitting there doing this, and he started before, while Brick went running in. He's a. It's his turn. He throws the burning flask of oil. It falls to. You know what? Should I have him roll? Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have him roll. I mean, he has to really boof this to miss, but there's always he could hit Brick. So he's gonna toss it underhand. He wants it to explode right in the floor underneath this thing, and we'll give him a DC of 10. With a missile attack, he doesn't get no bonuses. So don't mess this up, Owlbear, because this could be embarrassing. 13. All right. So flask goes. Ever watch it? Explodes right underneath the feet of this red tape column. It takes 2 to make a thing go right. Takes 2 to make it out of sight. 1d6 plus fire. Does fire do something different or new? Let's learn. Let's learn together. Firing, fire, buffering. Anything? I'm looking at the DM judges screen. Oh, I see. DC 10 save versus reflex to put out or suffer additional 1d6 damage when each round. I'm going to let it cause 2d6 points of damage right now, but this thing is going to, it's not going to, the fire's not going to last long. So 2d6 damage. 9 points of damage. That's a hell of a start. Good job, Owlbear. Good job. Good man. Or, sorry, good dwarf. Good dwarf. Where's, okay, oh boy. 9. The, thing scream. If it could scream, it screams by flapping a lot of paper. Oh, hey. Oh, hey, Verikai. Hold on, I just noticed you. I get wrapped up in this stuff. Oh, yeah, so in Dungeon Crawl Classics, it's based off old school like D&D. It's an OSR, old school role-playing game. The classes, there's classes and the races. Dwarf, elf, and halfling are both race and class. There is no separation. There's no dwarf warrior. It's you're a dwarf, or you're a halfling, or you're a or you're a elf. An elf is basically a mage with some kind of little bit of differences. A halfling's a lot like a rogue, a thief, and a dwarf is a lot like a warrior. But they have their differences. Like a dwarf can smell gold and gems and within 100 feet, and they have a shield bash. Come naturally with a shield bash. Halflings are really good at dual wielding, and they can regenerate luck like a thief can. Yeah, so then the base classes are, and then other than that, you got your thief, cleric, warrior, and cleric. It's not a race. Cleric, they're all human. Like, if you're a cleric, you're human. If you're a different race, that's your class, basically. Yeah, so warriors, thieves, clerics, and wizards are all human, and then there's elves, dwarves, and halflings. That makes sense? Yeah. So anyway, so there's that. Where were we? Right. Exploding fire, golems on fire. 2d6. It's gonna be a fire. Who's up next? Supernova. Supernova's an elf. So she's a spellcaster. Elves in Dungeon Crawl Classics don't they have a problem with iron. They can't use anything iron, so they have to use everything mithril. If they touch iron, they start to take damage. They come automatically with a spell called Patron Bond and Invoke Patron, where they get their magic derived. It's also in the fiction too is different. The elves they live much longer, and they're more apt to have some kind of supernatural power that provides them their magic, where wizards don't necessarily collect spells. But wizards can have patrons too. It's just elves more likely have them. Supernova's up. What's she gonna do? She's got some interesting spells. All right, so everybody's most of the party is back towards the door. This thing's in the middle. Brick's there in the middle with it. They're a good. I said this was like 60 feet, 10 feet there, 20. They're, I'd say, about 30 feet away from this thing. She doesn't want to do her flaming hands because every time she casts flaming hands, okay, here's a cool thing about this game system, by the way. Bureaucracy. I don't know if we talked about this before. I think I've talked with you before about it. But about the mercurial effects. The mercurial effects, every time a wizard or an elf learns a spell, they roll on a table to determine a mercurial effect that happens every time they cast that spell. This certain thing happens. And for her, casting Flaming Hands causes a rain of frogs wherever she's at, and these frogs can actually injure people. So she uses that as a last ditch effort, which sucks because it's like her most powerful spell. I mean, not powerful, her most offensive spell. Flaming Hands is. Other than that, she's got like animal summons, magic shield, enlarge. She likes enlarge. She likes enlarge because she's kept trying. Maybe this time is the magic time. Maybe this time's gonna work. She's been trying this every time, and it hasn't worked. Or did she forget it? Or maybe it just didn't work the way she wanted it to. Oh wait, you know what? It did work the first battle. She's gonna cast enlarge. We know that she's casting enlarge because she lets out the mercurial effect when the crowd goes kind of crazy because they know that she's trying this again. She does the same kind of move with her hands, and this eye opens up, a bloodshot eye opens up in the middle of her forehead, and she says the words and rolls the dice, and she hits it at 14, which means it's gonna cast 39. All right. All right, so she does this, and when she evokes, she turns to Bee Nasty, the beekeeper's bee, and says the words, and it just obviously grows. It goes, and the crowd starts shouting, "Bee Nasty, Bee Nasty," and there's a lot of signs that go up with like "Bee Nasty," I Bee Nasty, and there's like the drawing of the bee. The crowd loves Bee Nasty. He's a smart bee too. He never seems to get hurt. That's more my bad than anybody else's though. All right, so he goes up bigger. He's gonna get a +1 bonus to attacks, damage, and AC. So he's ready to rock and roll, and that was her buffing Bee Nasty. Let's record that for prosperity. So he rocks a pretty good plus. And then okay. So that was Supernova. Untada. All right, so Untada does not have his snake. Oh, well, he did have a break room. He could have tried, but I don't know if the snakes were going to help here. Untada has a sling, a short sword. He's got paralysis, which isn't going to work on this guy. Neither's word of command. Lotus stare. He's kind of a controller. That's the way he likes lotus staring people and saying things in the name of his god. He does have blessing though. He's gonna bless. He's going to bless Brick. He steps forward, does more hand things than he needs to, and ending with this kind of thing in order to commune with his god. 13 plus 5 is 18. That is pretty dope. 255. 255. What did I say? 18. Yeah. Oh wait, crap. I keep messing this up. So he has to be touching somebody. I keep forgetting that. He can't do it over distance. So, like last time, if I remember correctly, the last time I did this, I had to do the same exact thing. He is not casting it on Brick. He's walking over to, he just reaches over and he touches Owlbear, our dwarf. And suddenly an angelic crown kind of comes up off of Owlbear's head. The crowd goes, "Ah, yeah." This is going to be good. And Owlbear gets +1 to everything. Yes. +1 to everything for 1 turn. So his next turn. Okay. +1. Thank you, Buffmaster. And it is our friend, the Red Tape Golem. What is he going to do? What is the first... Oh, my God. He, suddenly, the red hints that they saw inside the paper comes exploding out all around him. These tendrils of red tape just flinging out in a 30-foot radius, so it's pretty much hits everybody. And they're sticking to everybody. And it's gonna make them hard. It's gonna make it hard to move for a minute here. And that's once per minute, so it's every 6 rounds. So we're gonna do a round countdown. Oh no. Okay. So that was its deal. It just explodes, tape explosion. We'll see how that affects everybody. Okay. All right. So, Beekeeper, he's got to roll everybody's got to roll. Well, everybody who every turn, every round, they've got to roll a strength check, or they're stuck and they're not going to be able to move because of the red tape. He has no bonuses. In fact, he's got a -1 modifier to his strength. So he is rolling an 11, and he He needed that 12, man. He is not moving anywhere. Aha! But it's Be Nasty. Oh. How about, because we really need Be Nasty to be on the move. So let's see. Does the bee have strength? Let's see. Doesn't matter. Ooh. Oh. So this big old bee ain't moving nowhere. He's stuck. Stuck in the red tape. A web of red tape. Poor Be Nasty. We were all excited. So Super Rover actually got the spell off, but yeah. All right, but that doesn't mean, that just means Beekeeper can't move. He wasn't planning on moving anyway. My man was going to do something else. What? Actually, what? Oh, yeah. This is a good one. So he does this kind of thing, which is a variation, and the crowd thinks, do they know what he's going to do? It seems kind of like when he casts force manipulation, maybe he's just doing a new thing, and he is. He's just riffing, but he's doing a new casting kind of thing. 11. He's got +5 as well, so he's got 16. 16. 16. What did I roll there? 3, right. Huh. All right. So he's casting a spell called Force Manipulation, and he can either use that to create a platform, or he can create spheres of force that hurl his weapon, which is exactly what he's doing. These blocks of pure blue energy. This is the first time he does this different move, but these blocks of pure blue energy fall from the roof of the room, from the sky, and he goes like this, and he hits them all together, and they form up into one little ball, and then slam into the golem. Doing 1d6 per caster level. So that's pretty kick butt. Yeah, with a 75-foot range, so that's awesome. So let's roll 3d6. 13 points of damage. This force blast bursts into the papers and spreads a bunch of papers out. And it screams by flapping its paper. You can almost hear it screaming. That's pretty good. Maybe this fight won't be that bad. Right. That was the Beekeeper. Brick. All right, Brick. Brick's got to do a strength check to see if he can even move. Brick rolls black dice because he's a cool guy. Yeah, he ain't moving. Brick is stuck, but he's stuck near the golem. He was up in its face already in melee range, so he is going to be able to attack. He just can't move. So he throws down his daggers again, and Brick is not, no, he's not blessed. That did not happen. All right, let's roll these. He rolls for his 2 daggers. Oh boy. I think Brick, like, when he does hit, it's awesome, but he doesn't do the best job with his dual daggers. +3. This thing's armor class is crazy at 19. So he throws down his daggers again and totally just whips through paper. He's going to have to switch tactics soon. He's going to figure something out. We'll have to come back to him. He's just flailing at paper at the moment. Oh, I should be here. Sorry. All right. Owlbear. Owlbear. Strength check, buddy. Strength check. Owlbear rolls red. Owlbear is strong. He gets +2. All right. Owlbear rips through the tape. For those who don't know, dwarves don't stand for red tape. He rips through it, but he still is only going to move half his normal speed, which isn't very much. His normal speed is 20, so he's only moving 10. So he is making his way towards the golem. Going through it. Supernova. She is gotta make a strength check as well. Oh wow, go Supernova. Supernova breaks free too, and she moves a little bit so that she can pull out her bow, and she's gonna take shots at this thing. I mean, paper is whipping around, but there is a shape to it. Let's give her a shot with her longbow, which means she is shooting at a disadvantage. Yeah, so she's going to be shooting, I think it's one die down. So 1d16 because it's a long bow. She's got a long bow. She really should have a short bow for all these, it seems like. That, friends, is a fumble. Here's another cool thing, Verikai, about the Dungeon Crawl Classics system. There's all these cool tables, one of which is the fumbles table. She fumbles. What does she roll on fumbles? I don't know what she rolls on fumbles. We're going to look that up. I don't think it's 2. We're going to roll a 1d6 for her for a fumble, so I don't have to look it up. 4. Your weapon is damaged. Her bowstring breaks. She goes to pull back. Boof. The arrow falls. The bowstring snaps. And you hear, the audience hears her curse. And everybody starts laughing. But in a good-natured way. So there's a fumble table, and then there's multiple crit tables. Multiple crit tables for different classes, different levels of classes, and even monsters have crit tables. And all these cool things happen, like all these very specific kind of things happen. Like things that could have happened with a fumble is your weapon becomes entangled in your armor, or you drop your weapon, or you accidentally smash it against something solid and ruin it. You trip like a turtle on its back. You slip and land upside down, flailing about and unable to right yourself. Stuff like that. So her bowstring breaks. Not cool. This isn't good. Untada. He blessed Owlbear. Too bad he couldn't give Owlbear like speed. What are you gonna do, Untada? He has this move that is kind of like his thing where he casts paralysis on his sling, but I don't think this thing can be paralyzed. Let's look up paralysis and see if this thing kind of fits. It doesn't say directly that it can't be. It's immune to mind affecting magic. I don't know if it's necessarily a mind affecting magic. 264. What he likes to do is he casts paralysis on his sling stones, and then slings the stones at. But he's got the thing is kind of like a, it's a kitschy thing because he doesn't always, you got to roll pretty high to cast it on a ranged weapon. Right. Well, the light of the cleric's deity prevents his enemies from raising a hand to perform baleful deeds. Huh. Okay. He's going to attempt to do this. It's kind of like his signature thing. And he lets out this like crazy whoop, whoop, whoop that lets everybody know that's what he's doing. And he's not even going to try to move. He's just getting his sling out. He's going whoop, whoop, or whatever he does. Oh, right on. Yeah. And the crowd knows he's going to do it. And everybody gets quiet because they don't know it, but he's got to roll pretty high on a spell check for it to actually happen. And when it doesn't actually happen, he just does the sling stone anyway. It's kind of his shtick. see. We need a pin. We need a color for. I don't necessarily like that. This color's all right. This is good. All right. Roll big, man. He's got such a great spell check bonus that he doesn't have to roll that much, but he has to roll better than that. Way better than that. So that all right, let's see how it manifests. Manifests with 4 ethereal gray mist. So, oh, yeah. So he needed to roll an 18 or more in order to charge up his sling stones. So he says the spell, and this ethereal gray mist appears around his hands and the sling. And he just calmly doesn't even act like he knows that it didn't work. And he puts a stone in, whips it around, and throws it at the golem. He does have a +2. No, he doesn't. He does not. Wait, does he? Yes, he does. Okay. 16, 18. Come on. He needs a 19. Well, that gives him his out, though. The stone flies right through some of the paper whipping around, and the crowd goes, "Oh!" And he speaks out what he usually says when he tells you he's got your number. It doesn't matter. It's coming soon. Death comes soon. It's golem time. Who begins the Brick? Yeah, Brick's first. So Brick begins the round. So that was the first round. This is the first. Okay, this is round number 2. Okay. Yeah. The golem. What's he gonna do this time? He already exploded with the old tape thing. Got every sticky. He attacks Brick. He attacks Brick with his arms. This might not be good for Brick because this guy hits really hard. Okay, so remember when I said there was a crit table for monsters? We're about to find out. Yeah. Where does he, okay. 88, man. I have no idea. It doesn't tell me what his die is that he rolls in the crit table. Oh, you know what? You know what will tell me is the other table. Hello. Hold, please. Hold, please. Okay. No. Oh, this is where you are. No, that's not where you are. You are here. Critical hits by monsters by hit dice. What are we talking here? Here when it's with hit dice is 8. This sucker's 8. Table 4. No, this is a all other D14. All right. Where's my D14? Where's my D14 at? There you are. All right. 7. Is Brick gonna die? Blow to the jaw. The PC loses 1d8 hit points and the same number of teeth. All right. Brick's pretty face. He's going 1d8 plus 2d4 plus 3. Oh man. Oh man. This might be the first time we have somebody actually go down in the XCrawl. Okay, plus 3. Alright, 7, 8, 9, plus 3 is 12. And he's losing 7 teeth. smack. The whole audience, everybody, the whole auditorium hears this and goes, ah. They see white flecks flying out of Brick's mouth. He goes, and he falls limp on the ground. Brick is down. Brick is down. We need to get to Brick. Yeah. He knocked him the F out. I mean, literally, he's bleeding out. He's in a bad way. That was some big time damage, and Brick did not have a whole lot. Remember that whole rolling one thing with the healing? Yeah, not good. Supernova. Tina yells out, "No!" Untada goes. He's his resolves. Beekeeper, what are you gonna do, buddy? Your friend just fell. It's time to do something. Well, he just hit this sucker bad with the force manipulation. Okay, his mercurial effect with force manipulation is actually chain casting. He gets an additional +1 every time for spellcasting, up to 2 each time he casts it. So he's working on +1 right now. He's gonna cast it again. He does the same thing because he's locked there, and this is a ranged cast, and it's his best offensive spell. Why not use it? He did a whole heck of a lot of damage last time, and he needs to take this thing out quick before Brick has a countdown, 3 rounds before he bleeds out. So we got like a little countdown going on Brick. Okay. Beekeeper. Don't you mess around with me. 14 + 6 is 20. 20, and we're doing a D4. And it's cool. It manifests differently every time. Oh no, 43. Please, 43. Okay. Right. What did I say? He's throwing a 20. All right, here's a choice. He could make a wall of force to protect, but no one's going to be hitting. The golem's not going to be hitting Brick anymore. So, yeah. So the higher he rolls, the bigger the wall gets. Other than that, he doesn't do any more damage than what he do before. So this time he speaks it and he draws a circle in the air, and it comes up and he pushes it and it goes flying at the well, it's gonna hit it no matter what. It's an automatic hit, which is awesome. And so what am I rolling here? I'm rolling 1d6 per his level, so 3d6. I'm picking dice right now. I'm not actually. Oh, that's cool. All right. I like a wide variety and options of color dice. Yeah. 8, 9, 10. 10 points of damage. This is the best way. Yeah. This, and as long as he doesn't lose the spell, this is what's going to bring this thing down. Crowd goes nuts. Oh, the bee. The bee nasty is attempting to get out of the red tape. And he doesn't. Wait, hold on. Hold, please. Yeah, he needs a no. Oh. Oh. Okay, yeah, that wouldn't have helped. Okay. All right. So the bee cannot move. Our big fat bee can't move, and that sucks. Brick, who's the beginning of the new round, he okay. Brick needs help. Owlbear, gritting his teeth, moving through. He's moving now. He's gotten through the red tape. He's rushing up on the golem. Screams his battle cry. I'm not sure what it is. Something nobody is. It's a guttural. Sometimes it's a little bit different. There's been lots of discussion online about what his battle cry actually is. No one really knows. It might just be something that comes right from inside his rage. But he's raging right now. He's got his nasty hand axe out and he's going for it. Swinging at this sucker. He needs. Oh, and he. Is he going to attempt any kind of mighty feat? A warrior feat. Mighty deed, not feat. Mighty deed. He wants to get to his. Well, he can't really help his friend though. He can't do first aid or anything. And you know what? Brick's not his friend. It's just a guy he works with. That's how the chaos people roll. It's only about me, number one. All right, Owlbear. Let's do this. Where's your deed die? Here it is. Come on, man. Six ain't gonna do nothing. He's swinging. He ain't hitting nothing. He's swinging. The golem just kind of moves around and it flies through paper. Supernova, dealing with the broken longbow. She attempts to, she's going to attempt to move. She's a little freaked out. She doesn't want Brick to die. She could cast Magic Shield on Owlbear. Or she could just flip out now and cast Flaming Hands. First off, she's going to try moving. And it's not happening. A 2 is not going to move anybody. So she casts Flaming Hands. It's going to get really froggy up in here. Everybody's going to have to make reflex saves and fork saves. And does she want to try it? What do you guys think? Should she try Flaming Hands? It means the frogs are going to start falling from the sky. Every single person's going to have to, including the golem, is going to have to make 2 saves. One not to get hit by a frog. Well, actually, the other save is only when they go to move, not to get tripped over by a frog. I mean, we're talking large frogs falling out of the sky. I don't think she feels that way just yet. Can she cast? I don't think she feels that desperate yet. Is there any way, some clever way she can help Brick out? I don't think so, but she can try to touch. No. So Magic Shield's a touch. And enlarge. Wait, was enlarge a touch too? Did I screw that up too? Alright, so we'll just pretend, because it's all pretend, that she touched Be Nasty. He flew over, she touched him, he grew, and then the red tape happened and he didn't move. Okay, she can't move. You know what? We're casting Flaming Hands. She's like, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna make this happen. She screams out. She's all, maybe she's whipped up in emotion, right? Maybe she has feelings for Brick. We didn't know that, and we're finding it out now. The whole crowd's like, or maybe it's just her friend. Doesn't matter. You know what? They put no labels on it. She casts out, and the crowd's never seen her do this, so we're not quite sure what's going to happen. But then when the storm whips up overhead, actually, I keep saying there's a ceiling, but there's not a ceiling. All these rooms are wide open because the audience is looking in. It's a big stadium, and they're looking. There's walls, but there's no roofs. But they know exactly what's happening when the cloud appears above the room, and then frogs start dropping, and everybody goes nuts because, I mean, what better way to? I mean, this is way better than football. Like, if the football players were casting spells and having frogs rain down on everybody, I would be watching a lot more football if that was happening. But so that said, though, within 30 feet, everybody in 30 feet, which it was pretty much everybody, has to make some saves or take some damage. And I'm just gonna back up what I got going on here to make sure I know what I'm doing. Wait, what? Page 88. Page 88? What am I thinking here? Oh, no. It's number 88. So, number 88. Rain of Frogs. Casting the spell sparks a tempest of amphibians that fall in a 30 feet diameter centered on the caster. All within the area must make a ref and fort save. Reflex and fort save. DC 10 plus caster's intelligence modifier. What's their intelligence modifier? 0. No. 0. Yes, good. She's not super smart. Failing the reflex indicates the character slips on a frog and falls prone. Failing the fort save means the character's been hit by a large frog for 1d3 points of damage. Alright, let's start down the list. Owlbear. Make your roll, dude. Make your roll. Alright, this is his reflex. Holy mackerel. Oh wait, hold on. Let's at least cast her spell first. She gets the roll and casts the spell. This only happens if she actually gets the spell off. 12 plus 3 is 15. She is indeed casting the spell. Okay. Rain of Flogs. Rain of Frogs coming down. Looks okay. Brick. Rolling a 5. This is the reflex save, which is 6, which he let's say we're gonna roll. Yeah. They come raining down. He looks up and he steps down and falls on. He's now prone. Owlbear's now prone, having falling on a frog. He rolls his reflex save is 9 plus 4, so he does not get hit. But he falls over and then rolls to the side really quick as another one comes down and explodes next to him, missing his head. All right, so that's Owlbear. He's now prone. Supernova herself. It's centered on her, but it's not happening around her. Beekeeper. All right, buddy. Reflex save. Made it. He does not step on a frog. Fort save is -1, but he just made it 10. So he's good. He steps to the side as them come down. Then Untada. Reflex save. Untada totally slip in. Let's see. Does he get beamed? Nope. Untada, he rolled an 18. So Untada, as cool as he is, he steps out of the way of one so he doesn't get hit. And as he steps out of the way, he steps on another frog. He's a squat, and he's on his back. The Golem. The Golem probably has crazy. Yeah. Okay. The Golem's fort save. 17 plus 5. He's fine. Reflex save. Boofed at 1. Okay. So this is his reflex save. So this thing wasn't particularly... So this is a 10-foot tall, vaguely man-shaped stack of blank forms, actual sticky red tape with elongated arms and evil aspects. So he's got like glowing red eyes. And he slips on a frog. Okay. I don't see him going prone, but I see him being in disarray. So the frogs come down. he's slipping him. He's not quite sure what to do. He is going to be as if he was prone. He's in that kind of confusion state. So that's cool. He's going to have to spend an action to undisarray himself when it's his turn. Finally, let's find out what the spell actually does. Flaming Hands 142. 142, and she cast. What did I say she cast? Oh, okay. Spell produces a blast of fire. Oh, hold on. Still have to see how it manifests too. Fires spring from the wizard's fingertips. A blast of fire sings a single target within range for 1d6 points of damage. Boo. It's not as fun as force manipulation, but okay. Well, we're not gonna sneeze at it. Let's roll more than a 1 though. Okay. Here we go. Fire die. 5 flames come shooting out of her hands, damaging the golem for 5. He's hurting pretty bad. The fires rip through his paper, burns up a bunch of pieces of paper. It's like in disarray from the frogs. General chaos. Dogs and cats living together. It's good. Okay, she did good. Good job, Tina. Untada uses his turn to get his butt back up. The golem also pulls itself together, literally. And that was its thing. Beekeeper. We are on round... No, wait. Beekeeper's last. Not round 3 yet. Beekeeper, we've got to destroy this guy. He's pumped up. He's charged. He is rolling force manipulation again. 17 plus 6 now is 23. And the 1... What's 1? Just for the heck of it. This time his hands shimmer and the air hums with power. And he hits off this big glowing glorb. Can he kill this thing before it kills his friend? 6, 7, 8 points of damage. Oh, could have been better. This force ball slams into the thing. Crowd's going nuts. Lots of papers are gone. This thing is not doing well. Beekeeper is definitely the MVP of this battle. Brick. Round 2. Brick is in a bad way, friends. Owlbear. Owlbear failed his thing and fell on the ground. He's now got to get his butt up. He is getting up. Supernova, back to you. She's gonna roll her. Oh, you know what? We're gonna back up a second and see if Bee Nasty, the bee, can get out of his. He rolls a 16. Bee Nasty has finally freed himself and buzzes at his movement speed is much faster than everybody else's. He manages to get to the golem, coming in with his big old stinger. He rolls attack. I need a good B die. Here we go. 13 plus 6. 19. He hits him. He hits the golem. Look at that. Doing 1d6 plus 2. I do have a B die. Aw, come on, man. He hits it, doing 3 points of damage. He sticks a piece of paper onto a bunch of paper onto his stinger. Comes in, flies away with a bunch of stickies on it. Tina, seeing this all happen, is enheartened, is jazzed up. That's not the right word either. She's worked up. She's ready to go. She's not going to cast Flaming Hands again, that's for sure. She makes a mental note to tell herself that she needs another offensive spell. Period. She's rolling with some defense, the enlarged thing, a couple buffs, but she needs something a little more. Well, she's got animal summons and she hasn't spent it yet. She doesn't have much choice. What kind of animal should she summon? Anybody got an idea? She's gonna summon one. You got until I'm done rolling to give me an idea. Tina's a purple girl. So when Tina goes to summon an animal, she makes the moves. She's got a signature kind of move that she does with it that she's been working on, and then she does it though. And as she's doing it, all these little demons and imps come rippling out of her skin and out of her flesh and all around her, and come flowing down her body toward the golem. They're not going to get to it; it's too far away. But they come rolling out of her, and they're just gibbering and chattering and kind of freak out everybody on her team. But they don't hurt them. But they're all these little black imps that just kind of came out of her skin like she sweated them, and everybody knows what that means. And the crowd's trying to take bets on what animal she's going to summon. What would make sense? And she summons, rolls a 13 plus 3. 13 plus 3. 1 mundane animal up to 2 hit dice. Well, that's not bad. She summons a large hawk. Ooh. I love the manifestation part of this. It makes it all so much more fun. She says this. The all the imps are at. They come out. They only move like 15 feet in front of her, so they're not close enough to get to the golem. They're all out there. She casts it, and out of the ground erupts this giant hawk. Well, large hawk. Comes up. Crowd goes nuts. She orders it. She kill, and it flies right at the golem. Yeah. Oops. And rolls a 4. It flies, and the golem kind of moves out of the way. It flies through it and around and circles back around. It's going to come back to haunt it. Untada got his butt up. He is ready to rock and roll. What's he going to do? He's got to get there and save his friend. Untada is going to attempt to just get to... Yeah. Did he make it out of the... He's got to make it out of the red tape. He rolls a 14. He rips himself out. He starts making his way towards... He's not going to get there in time. Well... Yeah. Does blessing? No, it doesn't summon. I mean, it doesn't heal. Yeah, you know, the frogs really kind of messed this up. Yeah, so Entrada is trying to move as fast as he can. He's moving. He's drawing his short sword. He's gonna make it to. No, he's moving 15 feet. He's gonna make it like halfway to the golem. He ain't gonna make it to Brick. He's gonna try though. He's walking, forcing himself through the tape. And then the golem's turn. The golem is all ready to rock, and he whips out a tendril. He whips out one of his arms. It's 15 feet long. They're 15 feet long. They can get that long, but lucky for the beekeeper, it's not long enough to get to him, because that's what the golem really wants, is the guy who's really hurting him. Instead, he can reach Untada though, so the arm whips out to hit Untada. Fumble. Yeah, creatures fumble too. I don't know what he rolls on. He's gonna roll 1d8. 8. Fumble. You accidentally smash your weapon against a solid, unyielding object. Okay. Yeah, he whips out, and Untada manages to dodge, and he just hits one of the chairs that to either side of Untada. Doesn't do anything too much more fun than that, but he did miss Untada, which is pretty awesome. Beekeeper. All right, Beekeeper. He is worked up. He's got force manipulation just crackling. He's got a +2 modifier. He's doing it +7. If he can end, actually, if he can end this right now, Brick's going to be saved. Because immediately people will rush in. He's got 1 round left. If he doesn't, actually, this is it right here. If Beekeeper doesn't do it right now, then Brick is going to die. So, it's all in this die cast. It's all in this die cast. Brick's life. It's all, die. It's fine. Dice always roll great for me. I don't roll 1s all the time. No, not this time. So Beekeeper is attempting to cast Force Manipulation one last time. Whoop. Okay, he is rolling a 5. He's got +7, which is 12, which is barely. Thank goodness he's got +7. Where is? You know what Tina needs? Tina needs Magic Missile. She needs to visit somebody and get something done. I don't know why she doesn't have it. She needs to spend some of the money that she's been making and all this stuff and get her something nice. Get her something nice. Why did I miss that? 143, yeah. All right. 12 is just what he needs. Just what he needs to do the damage. 1d6 plus caster level. This final bolt comes at a cloud of scintillating light motes take the shape of the object created and vanishes. So this one rule I don't know, but I like it every time. I don't know if you cast the spell multiple times, if you roll how it manifests each time, or if you just roll. I guess that's kind of a DM decision. I kind of like that it's changes every time. Anyway, it kind of flows with the idea that magic is a lot more powerful force than can just be controlled and written down on a piece of paper. It's like it's living, breathing, crazy chaos kind of stuff. Anyway, these motes of light come around and shoot out. Crowd goes silent and hits the golem, and it explodes in pieces of paper. The alarms go, horns go, woo! Paramedics rush in to save Brick from bleeding out. We don't know if he's going to make it to the last battle or not, but Brick is not dead. The team goes nuts. Woo! They're still stuck to the red tape, though. It's a permanent thing, so they're going to have to keep rolling to get out, but I won't make you sit through that. The team has made it past the red tape column. And next week, the final battle for the Louisiana Rising is pretty crazy. It's also a single monster. Well, I wouldn't say single because this sucker's pretty bad. Can summon other things. But let's just say the final battle for this is basically battling a storm itself. And it's gonna be a big deal, and especially if Brick isn't in it, I think he's gonna make it. I think Untada's gonna be able to heal him. He might not be 100% down, but he's gonna make it. So definitely tune in next week to check out the last battle of this adventure. Yeah, that is it. Our sponsor tonight was Double Drow Cave Pale Ale. Make sure you get yourself a case of that. And I will see you guys next Saturday. All right? Viva la Dungeon.